Hey guys, David Patrick Green here, hackhollywood.com, hackbollywood.in. One single request, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, so I'm going to teach you today how to become a stone cold acting killer. And I don't just mean teaching you how to act, I mean how to act like a killer, meaning like you're not scared of anything and you're going to get stuff done that needs to get done. And the way to do this, if you don't have the instincts for it, is to change your instincts, okay? Because a lot of us have great instincts. Normally, the best advice to give somebody about almost anything is trust your instincts, because that means stop thinking, okay? We have this incredible brain that's processing gazillions of bits of information at all times, but we don't actually, we're not aware of exactly what's going on in there. We have these conscious thoughts, and the primary thing motivating our conscious thoughts is fear, okay? But fear is the enemy of almost everything except basic survival. So you need to let go of conscious thoughts and turn yourself over to your instincts. I mean, that's the best advice you could give somebody in their acting, right? You tell them what the facts are of the project, the role, and then you just go, now trust yourself. You know what's going on here, like little kids, go play emergency, fire, hospital, classroom setting. Okay, who wants to be the teacher? Who wants to be the students? Okay, who's the principal? And they're just like, like they got it. Boom, no problem, right? But what do you do when your instincts aren't formed because you don't know anything about this thing, or your instincts are leading you astray? They're leading you the wrong way. And usually it's fear that leads you the wrong way, but we can get very confused between what our actual instincts are, like what our mind would do or have us do, knowing that we want something. We confuse that, what our mind would have us do, between our instinct of fear, okay? And they are two completely separate things, but we can confuse them. So like we might say, okay, what's your instinct in this situation? My instinct wouldn't be to do it because that would be really embarrassing. But the truth is, if you eliminate the fear part, well, my instinct would be to, walk into this grocery store. Like let's say you were trying to buy liquor and you weren't old enough, your instinct would say, okay, well, act old, yeah. And okay, and be cool, right? Don't be nervous, all that kind of stuff. So you have instincts, but sometimes our instincts aren't really well trained. Okay, so how do you change your instincts? Because that's what you need to do. If your instincts are leading you astray, or if you don't have any instincts for this particular activity, then what do? Well, you need to reprogram your instincts or program instincts that you don't have. And how do you do that? One single thing. Here's your killer little tip for the day. It's practice. Practice till you are blue in the face in that thing, and then you will develop an instinct, because that's what your instincts are. They are based on all of your experiences, also possibly historical genetic experience. Like there's a lot of things that we don't really understand about the human mind, and so I'm not going to begin to say where it all comes from, but I'm going to tell you, you can develop instincts, you can create instincts by practicing, because that basically forms the neural pathways that allow you to stop thinking and let go. Like walking, right? You don't know how to walk. You didn't know how to walk when you were a little kid. So what'd you do? I don't know. You practice. You fell on your face a million times. And then eventually your mommy went, oh my God, he took his first step. Oh my God, I'm so proud. Oh, I'm never letting him out of the house ever. Sorry. So guys, how do you practice? Well, the first thing you want to do is don't practice necessarily doing the thing if it's fear that you have a problem with, or if you're scared to do this thing. You don't want to completely fall over and, like let's say you wanted to meet somebody. Okay, so you don't want to have all of your practice be on the most important people on your list of people you want to meet. Like if it's a girl or a guy you want to meet, or if it's a producer you want to meet, or whatever it is, okay? You don't want to practice when you don't know what you're doing on the people for whom, if you make a gigantic mistake, will just go, wow, this guy is weird. That guy David Patrick Green came in to see me. He is weird, man. He was like nervous. He threw up on my floor. Yeah, so what you do is practice on activities or on people, whatever the thing is, that don't really matter that much, right? So The thing that scares people the most, I would say in general, is approaching people directly, right? People that are at maybe a high level or a high level in their mind, and they don't want to approach them because they're scared of being embarrassed. They just imagine all of these bad things happening rather than actually find out what happens. So you should practice on completely unrelated people and activities, okay? So let's say you wanted to practice, walking into somebody's office and introducing yourself and, offering to do something for them. Well, just go into a business and start talking. Like, go into any business, just one that is completely unconnected to the task at hand, the thing that you're trying to develop. It's like you wouldn't practice brain surgery on a living human. You just practice on a model first. You read the books first, then you practice on a model, and then they will probably have you practice on a cadaver. And frankly, I don't know when they let a brain surgeon have their first crack at somebody's brain. I don't want to be that person. I mean, is this what they do with, poor people with no health insurance? I don't know. It's kind of a political thing. Let's not go there. So anyway, just pick a business that you're walking past and don't do anything. Don't even think. Just go like, okay, so normally if I was really good at this, I would be offering my skills as an intern or something like that. Well, you're not actually going to offer your skills to the dry cleaners or to, the Starbucks barista, but try to engage that person. Try to just act normal and have a conversation. Go, hey, how are you? Try to offer even just a smile, because that is where you want to start. And often that's all you're going to get to do maybe the first time you approach someone. But if you do a good job with it, then that's all you need to start, right? Then you can, let's say you wanted to offer yourself as an intern and you go, hi, how are you, to the front desk person, and they're like, great. And you go, hey, I'm really interested in, excuse me, I got to take this call. And they're on the call forever. And you're kind of like, okay. And then, you just go, I just wanted to, introduce myself. My name is David Patrick Green. And they go, oh, hi. We don't, they already are kind of shutting you down. And you go, that's fine. You leave. Maybe you come back and just say you're in the neighborhood and you go, hey, I got a bunch of these Starbucks cards, from my mom or from whatever. I don't know. And, I remember you the other day and I thought, hey, would you like one of these? And you just do something like that, right? You start out and you build from there. You don't have to get what you ultimately want the first time. But what I would do is just practice, practice, practice. This applies to your actual acting. Like, get scenes. Just memorize, memorize, memorize until you are blue in the face. You want to meet people? Call them, visit them, send them emails. Practice, 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 practice. And eventually you will develop the instincts that will allow you to do these things really easily without thinking. You will be so well honed, like an athlete or like a surgeon, that you won't have to think about, oh, is that the part of the brain where the speech center is? You'll just be like, crack them open. Oh yeah, this doesn't look like every brain I've seen, but I've seen so many brains. I know where the speech center is. And I can see what a healthy brain looks like compared to a diseased brain. And I can see, oh, that might be a little tumor there. Let's take a sample. Let's send it off for, some blood work, and we'll see where we're at. And same thing with, if you're trying to get a job or an internship or whatever, practice, 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 and then you'll be able to walk into places and you'll be really at ease and you'll just be like, hey, how's it going? Because you'll understand that the way to do this thing isn't to be like, hi, I want a job. No, it's like, hey, how are you? How's it going? You try and build up a little rapport with somebody and just see how it goes. If the opportunity arises, then you go, anyway, because they may say, hey, how can we help you today? Well, I thought I actually might be able to help you guys. I am highly trained in computer programming, and I thought, maybe your casting office could use some custom programming because I've been reading the technology is really changing quickly in the industry. So I thought I would just see if you could use my services a few hours a week. I wouldn't charge you guys anything. And in return, I'm learning about the business. I'm getting to meet people. So I think it would be mutually beneficial. Just like, it's so simple and easy, but we put everything up on a pedestal. So the way to get over it is to just practice it. And then you'll go, oh, this ain't no big thing. And you'll develop these instincts that will just make whatever seemed like a big thing before, like hitting a tennis ball, if you don't know how to hit a tennis ball, is a big thing. You'd be like, huh? The ball's coming at me. I don't know what to do. But you do it 1,000 times, 10,000 times, whatever, 100,000 times, and you're talking on the phone, hitting the ball, right? I could literally hit a tennis ball, boing, boing, probably out of the corner of my eye without even looking at it. So there it is, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. What other ideas do you have for this type of thing? I would love to hear from you. We will talk to you soon.